Now, in our first story, President Akufo-Addo has revealed he will be signing a $2 billion loan agreement with the China Development Bank in September this year. This loan is to reduce the country's infrastructure challenges. Now, he explained that the loan will be repaid using refined bauxite from the country. President Akufo-Addo made the revelation in response to an appeal made by paramount chiefs from the 5 districts in the Upper West region to fix the poor road network. A spokesperson for those chiefs told the president about the deplorable condition of the roads in the region.
We're determined that every region, within the limits of our budget and our own imagination, because the Sino-Hydro transaction, which is going to be responsible for a lot of the roads development in our country in the next 2 years, is a very innovative infrastructural transaction that we have made. We have agreed, and in a month's time, when I'm in China as the guest of the Chinese President Xi Jinping, I will be signing this agreement in Beijing, and it's for $2 billion infrastructure support from the National Development Bank of China. It is a facility that is going to be paid for by refined bauxite products from us. So it isn't something that is entering into our books as a loan to burden our balance of payments, but it is a barter arrangement which is going to give us the opportunity not just to do the infrastructure, but also establish our integrated bauxite authority in the country. This was an initiative of my very brilliant Vice President, Muhammadu Bawumia, and it is something that is going to make a very big impact on the development of our country.
The Upper West region has the poorest road network in the entire country, and we wish to remind you of our request for the following roads to be tarred, namely 1, the Wa-Hen-Tumu Road, 2, the Wa-Kajupere-Wahabu-Tumu Road, the Wa-Dormo-Wichau Road, the Kaleu-Sankaranamvili-Charpon Road, the Wa-Bulinga-Funsi Road, particularly the Kulum Bridge.
Now, President Akufo-Addo took the opportunity to explain how the multi-track education system set to be introduced next academic year will work.
This multi-track double intake organization that we're going to make from the beginning of this academic year to be able to deal with this large population inflow of this large population of new students. And that is going to allow us to do 2 or 3 things. First of all, create room for all the students. Secondly, reduce class sizes, downsize class sizes, and that is the key to the quality, is that we will have smaller classes, teachers that are capable of teaching them. And I'm sure that in 2 or 3 years' time, the comments made by the representative of the teachers about the quality of examination passes will be a thing of the past. So I want you to support this dual intake system as being a very, very efficient way of dealing with this large class of people, and also encouraging the community to take advantage of the policy and send their children to school.
Now, moving from that, a 14-year-old pupil of the St. James Anglican Primary School in Sehi, Akontomra district in the Western region, has been left with bruises in his palm, back and thighs after he was lashed by some police officers in Sehi, Akontomra district. The officers were said to be acting on the instructions of the district commander, who ordered for the boy to be lashed because he was caught fighting with another pupil after school hours. The Class 6 pupil was forced to take 19 lashes in his palm and his back as a punishment for fighting. Father of the boy, Enoch Tando, has been speaking to us.
The commander confirmed to me that he ordered his men to beat up my son because he is stubborn. He took 19 lashes in his palm and took the rest at his back. My son has been severely injured. The commander wanted to take up the hospital bills, but I rejected it.
Now, we'll bring you updates on this story in subsequent bulletins, but let's come back to Accra because what started as a small depression on a portion of the Agbogba-Ashoma Road a few months ago has become a gully more than 6 feet deep. Komla Adom visited the area and reports floodwaters coupled with constant use of the stretch by vehicles keeps weakening a bridge across the road. The residents fear a disaster is in the making if the problem is not fixed.
But for these 2 blocks, here at Flowers on the Agbogba-Ashoman Road, we would not have noticed a portion of the road had caved in. The young men have placed these concrete blocks to signal oncoming vehicles to keep to the left, away from the troubled spot. This is usually a busy stretch which connects motorists to Agbogba, Ashoman and Abokobi. Closer to this end of the road, a deep gully has been created and portions of a small bridge on the road connecting a huge drain have caved in. So this is the asphalt on the main road, and where I stand is a deep gully over 6 feet which has been created following last month's devastating rains that destroyed property and caused some loss of lives. Right here at Flowers, as it is called, this huge bridge is caving in portions, and then this particular road stretch has also caved in. And for many of the residents and people who use this stretch, this is a disaster waiting to happen. And so they are calling on officials to immediately fix this before lives are lost. Eric has been living here for close to a decade, and he tells me the gully around this area called Flowers keeps widening, eating into the asphalt.
It started as a small hole. Okay, there were times we were always using this road, and then we realized there was this small hole, but it was deep. Okay, but it wasn't bigger like you see now. I always talk to my friends that this hole here is very, very dangerous. It's risky, because if at night someone is passing by and the person doesn't know there's that small hole, by the time you realize you stepped in it and then it's causing an accident.
He fears the road will completely cave in and lives will be lost.
So is it that our leaders, okay, being it an assemblyman or an MP, okay, no one has probably set eyes on this, because we know this road, it's used by some of our leaders. Big men use this road. So is it that no one has set eyes on this? It can lead to a serious accident, as you see it there. If they don't fix this, before we realize, it will actually eat into the bridge, okay, and then by the time we realize, the bridge will collapse.
Kojo Sam plies this road not less than 7 times a day. He recounts how children jump over this gully and worries someone might fall in.
There was a small crack here, but it's deteriorated so fast. It's a very busy route, and children use the stretch a lot. The gully keeps widening each passing day.
He wants authorities to fix the problem urgently.
We call on the Highways and Urban Roads Department to fix it.
Drivers from the Achimota, Dome, Agbogba, Ashoman and Abokobi lorry stations have been advised to be mindful of the poor visibility and gully on the stretch especially, at night. The clock is ticking. So from beneath the caved-in portions of the bridge here on the Agbugba-Ashoman stretch, reporting for Joy News, I am Komla Adom.
Now, still on roads, let's take you to a busy intersection at Nungwa, very close to the Junction Mall. A section of the road connects to Ashaiman and its environs, whilst another leads to the Tema Port, with countless trucks plying the route daily. Ironically, it has no traffic lights, as road users continue to risk their lives there. Some residents of the area say they need traffic lights to reduce the danger there. Maxwell Agbagba has more in today's edition of Joy News Agenda.
It is mid-morning at the Junction Mall at Nungwa. The conductors on board the commercial buses are screaming various destinations. The quest to get the attention of potential passengers results in a fight. They are separated before it escalates. About 50 meters away from where their vehicles are parked is a busy intersection. An intersection without traffic lights.
I'm currently standing here at the intersection very close to the Junction Mall. Now behind me is a road that links to the Tema Port. A lot of trucks use that route. On my right hand side also is a stretch that leads to Ashaiman. Now the dangerous thing here is that there are no traffic lights here, and during this time in particular, when police officers are not around, drivers usually have a hard time navigating or finding their way through. It's basically survival of the fittest anytime there are no police officers here at this intersection.
About 4 vehicles are clustered at the intersection, all of them heading to different destinations. They struggle for way. Abubakar Jibril is a plumber at the Regional Maritime University very close to the intersection. He has witnessed these scenes many times, especially on days when there are no police to direct the traffic. Jibril says it gets very chaotic, especially during the rush hour.
In fact, over here, there's a lot of problems, especially when the security are not around or the policemen are not around. And more to the point, lack of the traffic. Because there is no traffic here, it's just an accident. It's more or less they have given the people the chance to do whatever they like. So when we were coming, we nearly knocked one man. He was driving. So our driver was blowing the horn, but he was on the phone. So it was our driver who rather stopped for him to pass. Meanwhile, that wasn't his lane. So I think it's good they should provide a traffic light here, or maybe they should enforce the policemen to do their work.
Felix Owusuban lives very close to the Junction Mall. He says the people assigned to direct traffic at the intersection come at their convenience.
The main issue here, this junction is connected to Tema, and it's the only road that you can use to Tema here. And the Junction Mall too operates sometimes, and when here gets busy, this place gets stuck. Instead of the police helping a bit, they come whenever they like. So the best thing they can do here is to bring a traffic light here. A lot of confusion here. Nobody knows who to go or who to come. So things get very stuck here. You can stay in the traffic for an hour just to branch to Nungwa. And it's serious here, it's very serious.
Another resident says the danger at the intersection has to be reduced by fixing traffic lights.
Because there is no traffic light here, when you go to the entrance of the mall, because people are also coming out of the mall and going in, there is a traffic from there, there's a traffic hitting here, so the cars become stagnant. From the harbor coming to this side, big trucks are also forcing their way out. There will be traffic on this stretch. However, nobody wants to give way to another. Confusion all over. But I believe that if the government will look at it carefully and mount a traffic light here and structure the thing well, there'll be a free flow. Everybody will move at a faster pace, and everybody will have a convenience and movement. Some of the people will not take the direction of the MTTs. The policemen will direct, and they will do their own thing. When they are directing, they will do. I have been in cars several times, so I'll see a policeman directing somebody to stop a tractor driver, and he will pass and go and lock, and that will create another jam up. But I believe that when they set up the traffic light, that when the red is on, you know that here you are not supposed to go. This one will flow, which will allow a free flow, and there will not be traffic.
While some communities are learning to live with defective traffic lights, others do not have them, as residents continue to risk their lives daily.
Away from road issues, youth of Nkonya in the Biakuye district of the Volta region have implored government to investigate the use of funds allocated for the management of the Nkonya-Alavanyo conflict. Speaking at a press conference in Nkonya Hinkro, President of Nkonya Youth, Cosmos Sapong, expressed optimism that the outcome of the investigations would serve as a springboard to end the protracted conflict. They suspect unseen hands are fueling the conflict for their personal gains.
Nkonya-Alavanyo conflict is believed to have spanned 3 decades. The protracted conflict has negatively affected livelihoods of residents. Farmers are unable to cultivate their farmlands for fear of being attacked. Though the two factions have smoked the peace pipes a couple of times, peaceful coexistence between the two has never lasted the test of time, as attacks and reprisals continue. Youth in Nkonya, however, are of the strong conviction there are unseen hands fueling the conflict and milking fortunes out of it at the expense of their lives. Addressing a press conference Monday, July 23, President of Nkonya Youth, Cosmos Sapong, complained about the Volta Regional Coordinating Council blocking an almost successful mediation between Nkonya and Alavanyo in 2014. He wants investigations conducted into the funds spent on managing the conflict from 2013 till date.
We are scared of our lives. We cannot go to our farms. Hunger and severe hardship are what we are living with. We humbly call on you to lead to institute an independent and public, I repeat, public investigation into the issues. This will help get to the truth, prevent more killings, save lives, secure justice, and prepare the ground for a lasting peace in the communities. We ask that the public investigations look into the following. Why does the VRCC resist the soldiers and police from driving away these criminals? We believe the VRCC broke our peace talk to stop the truth from coming out. In order to prevent more people from being killed, stop the corruption and criminalities, we demand that the public investigation starts immediately. Until then, we shall advise ourselves.
Meanwhile, the Biakuye District Assembly, which works in collaboration with the Volta Regional Coordinating Council, has refuted the allegations. Madam Comfort Atta is the district chief executive.
I know that this is a conflict area, and since I took office, there has been 1 or 2 issues, but that has been dealt with at the level of the district assembly. I'm not aware of any such monies that are being quoted in this petition that is given annually for meetings, seminars, peacekeeping and all that. I'm not aware of this. I haven't come across any 10 million cedis being given to this assembly. I don't know if this thing is disbursed at the regional level.
Youth in Nkonya are unhappy that the security services with all their intelligence are unable to unravel and resolve the mystery behind the protracted conflict, which has claimed many lives. Fred Kwame Asara's report for Joy News, Nkonya.
You're still watching Joy News today with me, Daniel Dazi. Recap of top stories done so far. Boy sustains severe cuts on his back after allegedly receiving 36 lashes from police in the Western Region town of Sehui Akontombra. Witnesses say the police were trying to end a fight between the boy and his classmate. Also in Nkonya, youth call for investigations into the use of funds meant for the management of the Nkonya-Alavanyo protracted conflict. Up ahead in the bulletin, we're taking you to Parliament, where Majority Leader Oseche Mensah Bonsu says the President's announcement that August 4 should be made a public holiday will be considered by the House, or may be considered by the House. We'll be going to Parliament to get the latest on that. Also, the University Teachers Association of Ghana, the UTAG, says attention is mounting on the various university campuses across the country as a result of government's failure to pay their book and research allowance. All that and more coming up. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. Now, farmers in Boko and surrounding areas say they are suffering severely because of continuous dryness on their farmlands. Poor rainfall is affecting the already planted crops. Further delays, the farmers say, may have a devastating effect on their yields this farming season. The residents are eagerly waiting for the rain to continue planting. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin reports.
It's been weeks since these farmers planted their seeds, but they are yet to welcome any rain. The longer the rains delay, the drier the fields, and their crops remain in the ground without any hope of sprouting. While waiting for the rain, Idrisu Akungu and many other farmers here are out on the fields to clear their farmlands. Despite few days of intermittent showers, the soil is still dry for the seeds to germinate.
The rains are important. If we keep planting without rains, we will lose our crops. If it doesn't rain for the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be in trouble. Even animals are being affected. We can't do anything. We only pray to God.
The worry among the farmers is not only because of the possible loss of crop today, rather the rippling effects on food security for the future. For 15-year-old Rabi Musa, the unusual change in climate can only be better explained by God.
We are in trouble because it is not raining. We are in big trouble. We have planted our maize, but there is no rain. If we have wronged God, He should forgive us and bless us with rain.
Many climate change experts, however, believe otherwise. They say prolonged dryness is as a result of climate change. They explain that climate change is already making many parts of the world dry.
Anytime it looks as if it wants to rain, then the clouds will clear and rain elsewhere.
Though farmers here have enough food in store at the moment, the need to ensure sustaining food security for the future is critical. In view of this, farmers are being encouraged to practice integrated farming, where farm management system aims to deliver more sustainable agriculture to increase economic yield per unit area per unit time by virtue of strengthening crops and allied enterprises. Mohammed Nuruddin's report for Joy News.
To Parliament now, where Majority Leader Oseche Mensah Bonsu says the Governance Subcommittee of Cabinet is still considering proposals by President Akufo-Addo for a 4th August to be made a public holiday. The president indicated in September last year, government will propose legislation to Parliament to designate 4th August as Founders' Day and 21st September as Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Day, both of which will be observed as public holidays. Now, with less than 2 weeks to the 4th of August, the legislation is yet to come to the House. Let's go to Parliament now, from where correspondent Joseph Opoku-Gakpo joins us on the line. Joseph, first of all, tell us more about what Mr. Osei-Mensah Bonsu has been saying.
So he's interacting with the media alongside the minority leader, and there was a question to him about how government was going to bring into effect that proposal that they would want to make August 4 as well a holiday, as the presidency had indicated sometime last year. He says it's still something that's under consideration. He reiterated the point that there is a need to really celebrate the very starting point as far as what led to the founding of Ghana democracy is concerned, and that celebrating the 21st September alone as a holiday is not enough. Hence the need for introduction of the celebration when it comes to the 4th August Day as well. And so he's the chairman of Cabinet Subcommittee when it comes to governance, that this is something that is still at their table that they are considering, and that in due course, as to whether a legislation to that effect will be introduced in Parliament. Right. The rest of the decision on that will be taken, and that legislation will be brought in due course. But the indication is that that is most likely not going to happen before the upcoming 4th of August, because that's just about 2 weeks away. Okay. Parliament is going on break this coming Saturday.
Thank you very much, Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, for that quick update from Parliament. Now, the national leadership of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, says there is uneasiness on the various university campuses across the country as a result of government's failure to pay the book and research allowances of teachers and lecturers. According to UTAG, they are surprised by the condescending treatment they are receiving from the Finance Ministry after several notices and letters to the ministry. At a news conference in Cape Coast on Wednesday, President of UTAG, Dr. Eric Opoku-Mensah, urged the general public that should the next academic year be disrupted, the association should not be blamed. Let's go onto the phone lines and speak with regional correspondent Richard Kojo-Nyako for more. Richard, what's the current state of UTAG's engagement with government over their grievances? Have they stated that categorically?
Well, UTAG says that government has been lackadaisical in handling their issue, because it stated that on the 7th of July 2018, they wrote a letter to the finance minister and copied other institutions of government connected with the processing and payment of the book and research allowance about the need to make the payment by the 16th of July 2018 to forestall agitations on their various campuses. They've looked forward to these engagement and to some response from the Finance Ministry. They followed up with some letters and other notices, but the Finance Ministry has not heeded to their call and their pleas. And so that is why they are saying that they can no longer contain their membership, because they are pressuring them to embark on a strike action. And that is why this one is going to be the last resort. And the next this academic year actually ends by the end of this month. And so the next academic year starts in August. And they do not want any arrears, and they want their book and research allowances to be paid before they start the next academic year.
Right. Thank you very much, Richard Kojo-Nyako, for that update. Richard is our man in the Central Region. You're still watching Joy News Today. I am Daniel Dazi. Odelia is standing by with the latest in business.